I grew up in Las Vegas and never really intended to stay here. My idea is I'm always going to leave after the next job. When my next job became my son, it was apparent that I'd be in Las Vegas for quite some time, and I decided to settle down.
Roger Thomas grew up in Las Vegas. He's watched it transform up close. In fact, as part of the design team for several of the Strip's more lavish resorts, he's been a part of making it happen. Settling down meant buying a home of his own, or better yet, building one from the ground up.
I wanted a house that had architectural significance. I wanted a house that was filled with light and the sounds of water. I looked for an architect who could perform a modernist house for me.
While staying at a friend's modern home in Reno, the choice of architects became clear.
I stayed overnight with them, and the next morning I walked down to breakfast and said, I have to live like this. Can I use your architect?
Roger was excited by the architect's less than formal approach to modern design.
It was a sense of lightness and comfort. It was a sense of surprise that invaded the entire house.
From the street, the house is a mysterious series of colorful panels. When the massive steel front door pivots to open, the mystery begins to unfold.
Since you only get one chance for a first impression in a house, the architect didn't want to miss that opportunity. So here at the front door, he created this marvelous overscaled pivoting door. Since I come from a banking family, I think of this as my vault door, and at over 2 tons, it is just that.
Once inside, visitors are welcomed by deep blue, yellow, and red walls, the main color scheme Roger picked out for the house.
If something is very serious, you tend to take on a tone of seriousness when you're in it, and that's not the tone I wanted to have when I was living in my home.
The house is organized in a U shape, with the entryway being at its base. To the right are the public areas, and to the left, the private. In the center is a large courtyard.
I grew up in a courtyard house, which made for a wonderfully private house, and it was something that I wanted to do again. And I liked being on one level. I asked for that.
The public rooms include a living room, dining area, and kitchen. For this space, Roger wanted openness and light.
Although I'd always had formal living rooms and formal dining rooms, the only rooms that I ever used, even when I was entertaining formally, were those centered around the kitchen.
The kitchen was designed to blend seamlessly with the living area. The warm wood tones of cathedral ash and Anna Gray front the cabinets. They're complemented by more industrial materials like Vesuvius aubergine granite on the counters and concrete backsplashes speckled with chips of shattered mirror. For the floors, Roger again opted for something unique.
One of the things I wanted in this desert home was concrete floors. But I wanted them in a straw color, so we used white concrete reinforced with epoxy, stained this beautiful color, and then scored it to correspond with the architecture.
Back on the other side of the U, the private rooms have the feeling of a quiet getaway, one that's peaceful but never dull.
Here in the library, I was able to utilize one of the most fun parts of the house, and that is an 18th century Moroccan ceiling that I purchased for a previous project and forgot I even owned.
When Roger discovered the unusual piece, he knew it would make a great focal point for this space. And for drama, he added a fire sculpture.
Here in Las Vegas, you're no longer permitted to have wood-burning fireplaces by code, so our solution was fire sculpture with flames shimmering above crushed black glass.
Next door, the decor takes a slight departure. It's the room of Roger's 16-year-old son, Drew.
As colors and selections were being made, he was in on the entire process.
In here, Drew had his own ideas about decorating.
A lot of the time that we spend together, we spend traveling. So we've made sure that a lot of the things in the house are mementos of those travels together.
But the master bedroom suite just down the hall is pure Roger. In here, he's combined different styles of furniture to balance interest with serenity. In the master bath, custom sinks were crafted from white concrete mixed with bits of abalone shell and shattered mirrors. A wall of glass in the shower lets in lots of light and hints at the home's wonderful outdoor features.
My favorite room in the house is this courtyard, and the architect thought of it as exactly that, an outdoor room. There are areas for lounging, areas for dining. We've included exercise areas in the pool, and the pool even has an area for lounging on these wide, broad steps. Having water, and particularly a swimming pool, has been very important to me. When you grow up in a place that's 120 degrees sometimes, the sound of water is a psychological factor that becomes subtle but important.
The floating ceiling over part of the courtyard has a circular opening, offering a peek at the bright blue desert sky and creatively perpetuating the home's blue, yellow, and red color scheme. It also makes for dynamic areas of sun and shade. It's just one of the many ways Roger has found to reinterpret Las Vegas living. Now, despite having lived here his whole life, his experience is entirely unique.
Waking up every morning is like waking up on vacation. I have great wonder in the house. I have a sense of ease and comfort here. I don't feel I need to do anything while I'm here. I can relax. It just fits like a good suit of clothes.